Okay. There was the first episode. If you didn't watch it, you might need to go and watch it. I was talking about the Ugandan elections, and I'll continue with it. But let's now around focus on Venezuela and the U.S. We saw that Nicolas Maduro was, how do we call it, was arrested in his country and was paraded in the New York federal courts, where we saw that he was charged with 3 cases, and these are taco ammunition and drug. And man, it's really, this is where we came to understand that America is above the law, and it can't be tackled with what you call the international law. A lot of countries came out and protested, and they are saying, no, this is not good at all. Shouldn't work this way. If you are an inspiration to countries like those that practice and follow democracy, you should not be doing this. So we came to know that Maduro and his wife were taken to USA because of the tyrannical acts and the cases of abuse, of trading drugs and sort of that. But we have come to know that it wasn't only about that, it was oil. In my first episode, I told you that the error that we're having in America, it's more of a transactional government, where it's seeing there is oil or any minerals, they go for it. They don't care about you and your, because when you saw there's been elections in Venezuela, and the guys rigged the election. They didn't come out to say, no, we're toppling your government because you rigged the election and you have a legit president. No, they went on till they saw the Chinese coming closer and Russia is also coming closer, and they decided that they might be the first to take this place. So they didn't want this coalition to happen. That's why they came into full gear to take over the place. That's what we're seeing that they're doing in Greenland. And Greenland, this is a country, or Iceland, this is a country where we're seeing that they do all their political stuff and they leave the military stuff to Denmark. So they are alleging that Russia and China, they normally go use this place, their vessels, that is submarine and the space, which cause their ambiguities and the political security. They put their security in danger. So they want to put this place into their hands. And most of the European allies that they're saying, no, this can't happen, and it won't happen. Denmark itself came out and said, no, if this comes to pass, then we're going to see the seizing of NATO, because this will be a blown out. People, what we're seeing, people are so greedy to an extent that is Trump. In this context, I'm talking to Trump. They are so greedy to an extent that they overlook the human rights, the freedom, and the what you call the sovereignty of other countries in the sea of minerals. So this will continue, but let's see what is at stake. What is at stake is a law. We Africans have a long way to go. I've been telling you that African leaders, they always look to the east or west. They're not looking in front. What is happening? What do we have? Like right now, we're having a houseboy in Congo, that is Shekedi. It's just the guy is like, man is being used right and left, from Canada to USA. He's just selling Democratic Republic of Congo to anyone he wishes, because for him he's like not looking for future generations and how they thrive, Let's leave it alone there. We have that, and we also have the Taiwan, where we're seeing that China is doing drills there, and for that I'm not expecting China to challenge US there, but I think China is playing a psychological enemy war on that side. Though we might not see it physically attacking US and sort of that, but it's playing this. And what we are seeing, China is growing really big and big. But as we know, we are still in Pax Americana, and that we still starving in their air, so it might be hard to go beyond. China might not go beyond their limits because of that. So let's move on with one of the stories that we are having in Africa, where we saw the Cameroon, one of those that we are opposing beer died in a cell. As we're seeing, also Kizza Besigye in Uganda is still under incarceration because of ideas against the government, you know. But all of this, if at all people want change, I see they have the potential to come out. And as I'm finishing, because I don't have a lot of time and go back to elections, people are in fear that it might be a bloodshed. The government has done worse to come to for reconciliation of the parties, because all the sectors in the government are working for this. All the institutions are working for the government, and they have politicized killer kid, you know. As you see, even the police officer, the military guy, they are all politicizing. Even alone the fact that they fear the general, but you should fear, at least keep quiet. But coming out loud and saying, no, this is what I need, this is what I need, you need for this one, that is another thing. So it might be a bloodshed. Let's all continue to keep the eyes open on this. But I think the government have done less of reconciliation on its people than anything. Yeah. So for now, those are episodes. I'll continue coming to talk about different topics. You know, we rarely have time, but this has been our topic. We shall tackle the Tutsi and Interahamwe and sort of that genocide, and how the borders were drawn, and how these guys came to be in a scuffle with a nation they didn't choose for themselves. Those are the ones that are in the M23 March 23rd. We'll come and talk about all this. And also we have different topics actually, leave alone the recent topics that are transpiring. Also have the history topics and sort of that. So you can drop what you think we have to discuss about. We can come out. This topic we have done it for one of our followers, that is Douglas Alford, who came out and said, no, we need to talk about the election. And I think we have given it to you, but not in not in details, but we have tried at least to tackle and give you a picture of what you can at least get to know. Because what we're seeing is a brutality. Brutality has been a lot in the elections, you know. The killings, the beatings, the incarcerations. It's been hard, man. It's been bad. You know, it's literally, when we're talking about a free and fair election, I'm not thinking this will be a fair election. That's what I told you. This might be a trigger to something big. We might be losing something if the government in this small period doesn't come up. And particularly this goes to the government, the guy in power, that is the incumbent, General Museveni. You need to come out and tell the people, what exactly do you want? What exactly do you want? Leave alone this nini kuchanganya that tuseme kama nadai kufata tu another election, another term. Tell the people, what exactly do you want? Because, man, I'll be plain to you, you have killed a lot of, you know, generations, you know. You have done that, destroyed a lot of future. Yeah, you've done your part, but you should also consider that the fact that you outdated and outlived your time, and you haven't given a chance. At least you have given the technocrats, the people, a chance, the the generations to work with you, beside you, to give you advice on how it has to happen in their era. You haven't given that chance to them. You are maligning that you're doing. I will tell you that you have done a lot of, man. Okay, for now, I don't want to go emotional. You can keep on with us, and till next time, it's just times live. Yeah, put there your reactions and what you think we can talk about next time. Thank you.